Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. Did y'all miss me? I'm back. It seems like forever ago since I've been here. Hey everyone, hello, hello, hello. Let me turn my iPad down so I don't blast anybody out. How's everybody tonight? Good, I hope. Hello, hello. Okay, so tonight, and bear with me, y'all, because earlier I did a live in our group, and my throat's been a little scratchy today, and my voice was getting a little scratchy, so hopefully that doesn't happen tonight, but if it does, we'll do our best. I have my cough drops here by my side, so I don't know what it is, something silly. My husband had it our whole vacation. I don't know what it is. Anyway, we're pressing on. So how is everyone? I feel like I haven't seen you guys, or not really see you. I never see you, but, talk to you at least. How is everyone? How's life been? Our vacation was fun. It was stressful getting there and stressful getting home. I told my crew about it today in my live. But it was a great vacation nonetheless. I mean, how could it be wrong when you're in Hawaii? So it was great, and we had a good time. So, yeah, isn't this going to be cute? So if you did not see it scroll across yet, the keyword tonight is Gnome. So if you want to find out some supplies I use, some links to the website for some other fun stuff, you can check that out. Follow the prompts in your Facebook Messenger. Thanks for sharing, Jane. Hawaii was fantastic. It was such a blast. It always is. It's beautiful there. This is the second time my husband and I have been. We went to Maui, and I think our kids really liked it. I mean, there's not a lot to not like there. So we had a great time. Thank you for asking. I'm glad to be back, though. Glad to be back in the routine and, everything. So. Oh, Cheryl, you did? Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess 'tis the season, right? So yeah, tonight we're going to be making some fun and I realized I had made these for a local class I had done, but I realized I hadn't done anything on my lives yet with it, so I figured I'd do this, something a little different. I didn't want to dive into Easter yet. Hey Faye. Hey Awilda. Hey everybody. I did not want to dive into Easter yet. I felt like it was still a touch early. I don't want to burn everybody out on Easter too soon. So we'll probably start Easter next week. But I figured this week we'd do just something cute, still kind of a springy thing. So we are going to be doing this little mushroom house, which, by the way, this is one of our designs, Dots and Bows Designs. Is a cookie cutter we designed. And then we have this little gnome here. And this gnome is from Sweet Design Shop. So we're going to be working on both of these tonight. Hey, Teresa. Why so short? Karen, what's short? Did I miss something? Why, do you mean my vacation being short? I feel like I've been gone for like 5 years. That's what it feels like anyway. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have a bunch of colors over here we're going to use. We're going to use some fun colors here for this. But the first thing I figured I would do, I wanted this little window here, and you can see I just sketched this out. I kind of wanted to get an idea of what I had in my head, kind of sketch it out in the cookie to see what I kind of wanted to do with it, and this is what I came up with. So the little window here, we're going to do, I have like this sky blue color, so we're going to put that on with like a decorator brush, just so it's not plain cookie in the background there, and then we'll do some other fun stuff here. Hey Liz, hey everybody. Hey Ressie. My vacation, you know what, we were in Hawaii for like 5 days. So between travel and all of that, it really wasn't a short vacation. It feels like it sometimes. To me, it felt like an eternity with the traveling and stuff. It was just absolutely bananas. Needless to say, I will not be at least flying for a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from that. Isn't this mushroom house adorable? So I'm just going over this with some blue, and this is Flood, and I'm just kind of spreading it around here. I want to get like a nice little kind of flat coating here. I want this to be the background, just so that when we put the window on, You're not seeing the naked cookie behind there. Instead, you'll see this blue icing. I wish my vacation was longer, really, to be honest with you. I mean, the Hawaii part I wish was longer. I would have rather stayed there longer. But, you know, husband had to go back to work, kids had to go back to school, so kind of the way it is. You have popcorn and a margarita? Oh, the airline loved the cookies. Loved them. All the flight attendants came up and thanked me, and they absolutely loved them. And someone afterward, one of the flight attendants afterward, had given someone else they knew one of the cookies, and of course I label all my cookies, and so she had went on to my Facebook page and found the post where I posted the picture of them and said, I just had one of your cookies and it was so good. So that was really cool to hear that from someone else. So that was fun. Yes, Ressie, this is one of our cutters. We currently right now do not have this for sale. We haven't even listed this for sale in the group yet. Most of our designs we list in our cookie crew, but this one was something that I kind of made for a personal use for one of my local classes. But if we decide to do that in the future, we'll let you all know. But there's a lot of other cookie cutter shops that make houses somewhat similar to this. So if you're looking for something and you need it quick or need it before, if we decide to ever roll it out, you can check around. I can't think off the top of my head where some of those places are right now, but there's a lot that are similar that you can get it from. So I figured it'd be fun to do kind of like this fun little wet on wet technique on the top of our mushroom house here. So I'm flooding this whole thing in with a light pink. And you can see I kind of sketched out like a little chimney on there. We're going to go back and add one, but I just kind of wanted to see the placement on there to see if I would even like it. But I thought it would turn out kind of cute. Okay. Let me scoot this down just a little bit and over. Okay. Yeah, I can show that, Letitia, here in a little bit. I can show you what they look like. Basically, I just put the cookie in a cellophane bag, and then I have labels that I have made that have like my business information on it, all of the allergen information, all of that, and it has like all my contact information, and it's just a sticker, and I put it on the back. Oh, the cookie turntable? Yeah. Sharon, I decided just to use the brush because I want it to be a little bit flatter. I want it to be sunken in so it looks like it's just the flat window. I didn't want it to be a thicker, puffy icing like the rest will be. So that's kind of just why I went with that. Karen, usually I like to use a, you talking about the cellophane bags or are you talking about piping bags? If you're talking about cellophane bags, I usually stick with a 5x7 because some of my cookies are a little bit bigger. And I can always trim it down. If you're talking about the tipless piping bags, I usually use a small or a medium. So I'm going to go in here and we're just going to start piping some fun wet on wet. I'm going to do some little mushrooms. I'm going to do some cute little flowers. My white's kind of crusted over here. And I'm going to move a little bit quick. I'll try to answer questions as I see them coming in, but I'm going to try to move a little bit quick with some of this wet on wet just because you have to move because it'll start crusting over. So like I said, I'm just going to do some cute little designs here with a couple of different colors. Hey Barbara. So like I said, I'm just going to do some cute little flowers. Some little mushrooms, just some fun little things here. Let's see, let's do a blue mushroom over here. So this is a good technique to do too if you don't do airbrushing or you don't have any way to put anything on afterward, but you still want to have some sort of design. This little wet on wet is a fun way to do that too. Vanessa, the cookie crew, if you're in the States, is $29.99 every month. and you get the 2 exclusive custom cutters that are sent to you that we use in our main tutorial, and then we also do a bonus tutorial as well. Let's see, I'm thinking about what color I want to do next. I'm going to do like a little red flower. And this isn't for anything specific. I'm just playing around. Just playing as I go. Let's see here. We'll do... No, usually I've never had a problem with bleeding or anything like that. I add white gel color to my icing when I'm making the whole batch, and it helps a lot with keeping like color bleeding between icing colors at bay. And I've never had a problem with that yet. I'm just going around and I'm adding some cute little hearts. Maybe we'll do like a little, another cute like little mushroom down here or something. So we're just having fun. We're just trying a few things out. What do you guys think? That's kind of cute, right? Maybe I'll go up here and put like another like little red heart or something in here. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Oh, there you go. Carrie tagged Kaleida Cuts has a little mushroom house as well, if you're looking for one. That's pretty cute, right? Okay. I think, you know what, I want to add like something down here. I think I'm just going to do like a little blue heart or something right here. It looks like it needs something. Okay. Cute, right? All right. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the door on this brown. And I'm going to go ahead and do the door since it won't be touching anything else. We can do a couple of elements, you know, in between. What I don't want to do is I don't want to flood something in that's going to be touching this pink because I want to give it just a few minutes to let that crust up. This turntable here, let me see if I can lift the cookie. I used the tipless bags from all over. I use Truly Mad Plastics. I use Bees Baked Art. And these particular ones that I'm using right now are from Grunderfully Delicious. This is a little turntable. It's by it's from the Creative Cookier. It's a genie. It's a little white turntable underneath, and then it has these cute little non-slip genie pads that sit on top of it. And then this is just a non-slip little pad that I have underneath from Bees Baked Art, just to help so it doesn't slide around on the table. But it's a handy little turntable. It's great for like one little cookie. Thank you. Okay, so I have brown right here. This is my little chocolate brown. So, and all the colors I'm using tonight are flood. They're a flood consistency. So they're a little bit thinner. They're gonna, what it means by flood, if you first time watching, that means it's not going to hold any shape. It will give you that smooth appearance. So I'm going to put a little brown door on here. Hey Georgia, how are you? Okay, and then also what I thought would be cute, I have like, I'm going to put some little shutters up here. And then I figured it'd be cute to have like a little window box. And then I'm going to do a little bit of shading so it looks like the window is inset. It'll give it a little bit more of like a 3D effect. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of brown here around the blue. Because like I said, I want that blue to look like it's kind of inset. To appear like you're, like if you were looking through that window, you'd be looking into the little mushroom house. Okay, so for now, we'll go ahead and we're going to set this cookie off to the side. We're going to let this dry just a little bit, and we'll start on our gnome. So let me move that. So here's our little gnome fella. And you can see I did a couple little sketch marks on here just to kind of figure out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to place everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and just add a white for his beard. Oh yeah, Liz, that's a really good idea. I don't use the turntable on a regular basis. Sometimes if I'm doing a lot of like floral and stuff like that where I have to move the cookie a lot, I'll use it. But usually if I'm just doing regular run-of-the-mill cookies, I don't get it out a lot. But I figured it would be, you know, I just figured today, oh, I'll get the turntable out. Usually when I do, I get a lot of questions about it, and that's fine. Because it's a handy little tool to have, so. Okay, so there is his little beard. Now I'm going to do one more thing. Now I don't want to do any flooding up here, and I don't want to do any flooding down here because, oh, Gnome, you didn't. I know, right? Because then it will kind of all just blah together, right? It's going to all flow together. We want a little bit of definition in between each of the little parts. So this cutter, Sean, is from Sweet Design Shop. It's just their regular gnome cutter. If you put in the keyword gnome, it will have an active link to it on our website. I love their cutters. I actually, if you guys saw in a couple lives ago, I did a Easter gnome, and it has like the little bunny ears out of the top. That was from the same shop. So she has some really cute cutters. Okay, so one other thing that I'm going to do, I'm trying to think what colors I want to do, because we're doing kind of like this pink, red, orange, blue color scheme, right? So I'm trying to think of what colors I wanted to do for his hat and then for his shirt, okay? So I'm kind of right now thinking I'm loving the red hat and blue shirt. That's what's going on in my brain. So I'm going to grab the red, and really the only thing that I'm going to do is I want to make like a little mark right here. What this is going to do is I'm going to let this crust up for just a few minutes. When I go to flood in the rest of his hat, and this is going to be crusted over, it's going to give the illusion of like there's a little bend in the hat, okay? It's going to look like it's a little wrinkle in his hat right here, okay? So just little tiny things you do like that that make all the difference in a cookie. You have to hold it to outline it. Yeah. It depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes if I'm really shaky for whatever reason, I have to do different things, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to pop him back over to the side because I think we'll be safe to do a couple things on our mushroom house really quick, because this icing is actually crusting over kind of fast. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here, and I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flood in these two little sections here with white. Those are going to be like the underside of the mushroom cap, okay? And we'll add some detail to that. So I want to get these flooded in and let it at least kind of crust over. So can you kind of see what I'm getting at here? Can you start to see what it may be doing here? So the mushroom house is going to be, it's going to appear as if like the mushroom cap is kind of like tilted up and back. So it's going to have the kind of the illusion to where you can see the underside of the mushroom cap. And then this whole house area is like the stem of the mushroom. Okay. Belinda, no. I have trays and trays and trays of cookies. If I could take my webcam off right now and show you my whole cookie rack to my side, I have probably probably 4 to 5 full size sheets. The full size sheet pans full of cookies, some stacked on top of another. So yeah, I have quite the collection of cookies. I want to do something with them coming up. My friend April Kalanchek, she is from Sweet and Saucy Life. She does a where she raffles them off. She does like a, not raffle, that's not really the word I'm looking for. She auctions them off, and all the money she makes from it is from charity. Because a lot of people like to take decorated sugar cookies and they keep them. They either keep them to reference them to learn from it, or they keep them because they like the way they looked, you know, because they're like art. So she does that, and gives it to charity. So I'm thinking about doing something like that as well, because I have a lot. And then we just package them really well and ship them off, and then whoever is the highest bidder of that particular cookie gets that cookie to keep. And if you didn't know this, by the way, sugar cookies that have royal icing on them, they don't ever go bad. The sugar in them is like a preservative. So they'll just get super hard, but they won't like mold or anything like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's kind of a cool thing to do. So if you have like a cookie artist that you really like, just kidding. Anyway, if you like something like that, then that's something that we're kind of considering as well. Sometime, yes, I do use a dehydrator. Usually if I'm doing something like this on a live, it'll crust up fast enough that I can move in between steps pretty quickly. But if I'm trying to be like super quick or I have a lot to do or whatever's going on, I'll pop them in a dehydrator. But I mean, I don't know if you can tell this, it's easier for me to see in person, but the icings are crusting over fairly quickly. So it's also dry where I'm at. I'm in Texas and there's not a lot of humidity in the air right now, so it doesn't take a lot. Yeah, all the cookies that I have on the sheets, most of them have been photographed or they're from my lives. So, and I have them all. So if we were doing a live auction, we would do it like on a Facebook Live, and I would actually have the cookie there to show you. So, okay, now we're auctioning on this cookie. If you've never been to one of April's, you can check some of hers out probably in her old lives. They're pretty cool. So that was a pretty good idea. So I may run with that idea of hers and do something like that, because we like to give back to charity too. Yeah, all the cookies, they're just left out on a cookie sheet right now because, like I said, no one's eating them. They're just out. Yeah, I've heard of people using like epoxies too, and it just seals them up. My dog is barking, y'all. Sorry. Okay, let's move back to the gnome because I think we're safe. We can do a couple things here. So I'm going to bounce down here to the blue, and I'm going to go ahead and Hannah. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what she's barking at. She thinks she's tough, and she's not. So I'm going to go ahead and put his little arms on, and I'm going to do his arms and let those crust over for a few minutes so that you can see the definition. What this looks like is kind of like if he were to have like his arms tucked behind his back. That's kind of what we're going with. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not in a rush, Hannah. Sorry, y'all. She is all about it right now. Hey, no. Sorry. She's a little chihuahua, and she has little dog syndrome. She thinks she's like a bulldog or something. Yeah, they are already decorated, Karen. So, like, for instance, I can roll over here real quick and grab. I mean, y'all, I have them from so far back, it's not even funny. Look. I have some from when we did, like, New Year's cookies. They're just decorated cookies, and I don't want to get anything on it, but, I mean, they're hard because they've been sitting out. But you can see it looks like it was just a freshly made cookie. So they preserve themselves. You know, you don't have to wrap them. I mean, you would wrap them if you want them to stay fresh to eat them. But as far as the condition and the look of them, you would never know unless you went to bite into it and they're just hard. I'm sure they are barking after hearing her. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the red back. I'm going to come up here and we're going to start filling this in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to outline. And when I get to this little line that I made, I am just going to outline around it. I don't want to come too close to it. I just want to let my icing fall down around it. So I'm going to outline this whole gnome first. Yeah, y'all, she thinks she's like a guard dog. She's like the guard dog around here. Any little noise, any shift of a leaf, something outside, and she's on it. Yet, if someone comes to the door, comes in, she's just wagging her tail, and she's the sweetest thing ever, but she wants you to believe that she'd rip your arm off. Okay. I know, right? Where's the dog? I hear the dog. Where's the dog? I know. Okay. So let me show you here, which by the way, I'm using one of my fun little scribes. Everybody in our cookie crew this last month, we sent them a fun scribe. Mine has a tassel, but they all had cute little baking charms on the end of them. So that was fun. Okay, so let me kind of pick this up and show you. So can you see the little indentation mark here that happened when we put that little bit of line of icing? And we just let it dry for, just a couple minutes there. That's all you have to do. And it just gives the hat a little bit of like character. It just makes it look like he has like a little bend or wrinkle in his hat. It does look like Papa Smurf, doesn't it? Unintentional, but one of my favorite cartoons growing up. Okay, so maybe it was subliminal. I don't know. Maybe it was in my subconscious to make it that way. All right, let's come back to our house here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flood in all the rest of this in white, except for my little shutters and stuff, which I'm actually thinking right now I may even flood in the whole thing and go over the top of it with the shutters. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. If you can't tell, I like to change my mind as I'm doing stuff. And the reason why I'm going to do the shutters on top of it, I want the shutters to look like they're sitting there, right? If I were to do them right now, they would look more sunken in, and I want them to look like they're sitting on the outside, because they are. Shutters are going to be sitting on the exterior of the house. Cheryl, I went to the Cookie Con last year. I didn't go this year just because it was so close to last year's in September. But we had a blast last year. And I will be at the one next year. I don't know. They haven't announced where it'll be yet, to my knowledge anyway. They usually announce it at the Cookie Con, so hopefully we'll be hearing that pretty soon. But I will be at the next one. They are large events. Lots and lots of, usually all women, but there are some men there. Husbands like to go, and just a lot of cookiers in general. And it's a really good time. I'm kind of sad I didn't go to this one, but like I said, I was just at the last one in September. So really, I'm going to be honest with y'all. The biggest thing that I'm having big FOMO about is the vendor hall. And I probably shouldn't be, because I was working on my taxes the other day, and when I went back to see how much I had spent last year on cookie stuff, I was a little bit ashamed. I spent a lot of money. But that was one of my favorite things about Cookie Con, was I went back to that vendor hall like 3 times, and every single time I went back, I found something else to buy. So probably in hindsight, I shouldn't have kept going back. But overall, I mean, it's a great experience. You meet a lot of people. I loved meeting all the new cookie friends. So, yeah. Yeah, they are, Ressie. There's one going on right now in Reno. Yeah, right now. Okay. So you guys can kind of see where we're going with this, right? So after these 2 little sections here are crusted up just a bit more, I'm going to do a little bit of detail on there. We're going to do some detail on our window and add our shutters. We'll do like a fun little doorknob. There might be one soon, Cheryl. You never know. I don't know where they're doing the next one. Traditionally, they were always in Salt Lake City. Last year was their first time away from there, and they had it in Indianapolis, which is where I'm from, so that was kind of cool. And then this one was in Reno. So I'm hoping, there's a lot of people that have been asking them to branch more eastward, so we'll see what happens where they make the announcement where they're going to have it. Yes, I love the vendors. Susan, this little turntable, you can either find it, check out creativecookier.com. That's who actually makes it. And then also the Cookie Countess sells them as well on her website. You did, Nicole? I wouldn't be mad at an East Coast. Actually, I don't care where they have it, to be quite honest with you. Okay, so I'm going in here with, this is a thick piping consistency white, and I'm just going in and adding some grid lines, some little panes to our window here. I'm going to thicken this one up a little bit. Okay. They think it's going to be on the East Coast. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Maybe they'll stick with like the, like, you know, they're in Reno now, like the casino. Maybe they'll stick with that theme, and maybe they'll do it like in Atlantic City or something. I don't know. Although I was hearing some mixed reviews about the one where they're having it, the Peppermill right now. A couple people actually I'd seen say that it reeked of cigarette smoke. That would be a hard no for me. I would be like, no. I don't tolerate that really well. It makes me not feel good. So, Not sure about that one. I'm going to pop this actually in the dehydrator for a second, and we'll come back to our gnome here. Okay. That'll help that. Oops. That'll help that crust over just a little bit faster. And that was someone's Papa Smurf. Every time I'm seeing this now, I'm seeing Papa Smurf. That's funny. Hey, Nashville would be fun. I wouldn't mind that. Nashville's nice. Pittsburgh would be cool too. Actually, like I said, I don't have an aversion really to any of it, where they have it. I just, when they were talking about like the cigarette smoke smell, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. At least not for long periods of time. If it's something I had to, you know, deal with for just a little bit, that's one thing. But if I had to smell that a lot, that would not be good for me. Okay, so I'm just flooding in the rest of his little shirt down here. Okay, and you can see just leaving that sit for a couple of minutes, how it's left it to where you can see the definition between his arms and the rest of his shirt. Vegas would have been fun. Oh, are they, Liz? I did not know that. I did not know they were smoke-free in Illinois. Marty, I'm seconding anywhere in the Caribbean or Puerto Rico. I will second that all day long. Give me a tropical locale all day long. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, what temp is it on? I have mine right now set on 90. That's usually where I leave it. If I'm working on like cookies, like these won't be eaten, but if I'm working on cookies like actually for an order, I don't usually go any higher than 90. And then I leave them in there for probably about 10 or 15 minutes just to get a good crust on the icing so I can move on to like the next step. Yeah, I don't turn it up any higher than that because I start worrying like, okay, is it gonna, yeah, I just don't want the cookies to dry out or anything. So, but if I'm like doing cookies like this and I'm doing it, want to get it like super quick, I'll turn it up to like 95 or 100 and just do it as, you know, for less time, 5 or 10 minutes, and it'll crust it up a little bit faster. Okay, so I have, this is a really light tone of this, but it's a flesh tone. Yeah, it probably would, Liz, you're right. I just don't handle that very well. It messes with me. I have a thing with, like, smells anyway. Like, I can't do perfumes and stuff. Most perfumes really, really bother me. Like, I get migraines from it and stuff, so, yeah, it probably wouldn't work well for me. Oh, yours goes to 98. This one goes pretty high because, granted, this one is from Cabela's. It's a regular dehydrator. It's meant for like if you were going to do jerky and stuff in it. And it goes up to 160, I believe, which I would never do for cookies. But you know, it's not a dehydrator just for cookies. So I get it. Okay, so I'm going in here with this flesh tone, and we're going to add a little nose. Isn't he cute? Okay. And gnomes are so easy, y'all. That's another thing. Like, seriously, you could just make gnomes all day long. It takes no time. They're the easiest cookie to make. Yeah, I can't handle heavy perfume. I can't. Yeah, Patty, I can't. Yeah, I have. So, like, let's say I did some, like, base colors here, and I popped that in. Or like, let's say I put the beard on, I popped it in the dehydrator for 5 or 10 minutes, got it out and put these two on, popped it back in the dehydrator for like 5 minutes, got it out and put the nose and some other stuff on. You can definitely do that. You just don't want to leave it in for too long. You really just want to leave it in long enough to get it just crusting over, and then you move on to the next step. Is that to set it on, Belinda? You can like manually obviously take it out though, right? Like, because mine doesn't even have a time on it. It just has the temperature gauge. So I just have to watch the time myself. And if I know I'm going to be busy, I'll just set like a little, like a like a little stopwatch, or on my phone, like my alarm or something like that. You should definitely try out a dehydrator, just because it's just a different tool to use. You know, depending on what you're looking for, you know, it's just something a little different. Okay, I'm gonna go in here in his hat. I think it'll be cute if I go in here with blue. Actually, I don't know. Let me think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do blue. I'm gonna go in here with blue, and I'm gonna add just a little heart up here on his hat. Isn't that cute? Hey, Andrea. Oh, the best colors for flesh tone. So this one was made with the actual flesh tone color by Chef Master. But to make a flesh tone color, it's if you use a really light, and when I say this, I mean start with like the smallest amounts possible and work up from there. But I use a light pink and ivory. So those two colors together will make a really pretty flesh tone color. Okay. Yes, a heat fan, Diane. I've on my lives, if you guys have seen them, I've used heat fans on my lives before. That's a really good thing too. If you don't have a dehydrator, you can get a heat fan for pretty inexpensive, and it will give your cookies a really nice shine when they dry, and it speeds it up even faster than just like a regular table fan would. I have not tried that, Letitia, but you know what? As long as you don't put it super close to the cookie to where it'll like actually like burn the cookie, it would probably be okay. And I would just I would move it around. You know, don't leave the heat gun like in one spot. I would move it around and keep it a good distance and just test it out and see how it does. I would think as long as you're not putting it super close, it would probably be okay. Yeah, you could use peach too. No, Belinda, I just have, these are my trays for my dehydrator. They're just like these plastic trays. That's all I have in there. I don't have parchment or anything down on it. Okay. I'm going to take this out of the dehydrator for a second because we don't have a lot left to do. And it's crusted over pretty well. Okay. Coconut and palms. I probably would. You know, I like really like fresh smells as long as it's not overwhelming. Like I have a lot of body sprays and stuff I like to wear as long as they're really light and they're not like I hate heavy perfumes. You know, okay. My mom grew up wearing Liz Claiborne, and every time I smell that, I swear I like break out in hives. Those kind of perfumes I cannot handle. I don't know. It makes my whole body has a reaction. I don't know. But I don't know. I have things like that. Did it, Peggy? I believe it. Sometimes those fans on laptops and stuff are hot. Yeah, so Susan, definitely you'll get a shine from a dehydrator or a fan. Any kind of air source like that that's going to make your icing crust over faster is going to give it a sheen. So if you can see up here at the top of the mushroom where the light hits, you can see there's a nice sheen on it. And it's not completely dry. If I put my finger down in it, it would dent. But the top is crusted. So you can see they'll always have kind of like a pretty shine on it. When you air dry, you usually won't get too much of a shine. It'll just be more matte. Hi. Yeah, I have one from Cabela's, and I believe it's on our website on my products page. We have a link to it. It is the 10 tray dehydrator. Okay. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to add some cute little shutters here. I'm going to do it in orange. I think that would be cute. And Hannah's trying to bark again, y'all. See? Told you. She just wants to be a part of the live tonight, that's all. She wants y'all to know that she's here. Okay. Cute little shutters, right? It's a food dehydrator. Yeah, it's not specifically for cookies. Hannah, come here. Sorry. It's not specifically for cookies. It's just a regular dehydrator. Like I said, I got it at Cabela's, so it's You know, they sell it for like jerky, fruits, veggies, stuff like that. But it works great for it. Put your finger in it. I know. Hey, hey, hey. Sorry, y'all. She is on it tonight. So usually, Vanessa, I will take like the bag. So I'll show you. Let me grab a bag here. Sorry, she is all about it. Hannah. I swear, if it's not one of my kids, y'all, making noise in the back, it's one of my fur animals, fur babies. Okay, so usually what I'll do is, you can see, I will push the icing down to where it's back in the bag away from the tip. They have little clips now that they make that you can clip onto the end of the bag that will keep it from leaking out. Another good easy way just to do it is I take the end and I fold it down, and then I'll place it like this, right? So it keeps all the icing back here in the bag, and where you folded it at, you're not going to get any leaking out. It'll just stay, the weight of the bag sits on it, and it just keeps it from coming out. So a lot of times I'll just keep it like that, just for a couple of days. If you're going to do it for longer than that, I would say any time longer than, I don't know, 5 to 7 days, I would take it out of the bag. And maybe put it like in an airtight container. You can actually put your bags of icing in the refrigerator. It will keep them from separating as much and thinning out. But you want to have some way of closing off the end of it. You don't want icing leaking out of it. I'm sure they did hear my dog. She is crazy. Cindy, so I don't count my flood, but I would say most of the time the standard flood that I use is anywhere between 10 and 15 seconds, if you were to count it. Did you, Kathy? Yeah. What? $2? I wish I would have spent $2 on mine. Actually, I got a pretty good deal on mine. I got mine on sale. It was like, I don't know, it was like a Black Friday sale or something. And I got a pretty good deal on it. You just have to watch, you know, when they run specials and stuff on them. So I thought it would be cute just to add kind of like a little window box here. Like a little, even it could be like a little ledge on the window. And then I'm going to go in here with my thicker white. This is not my thicker white, sorry. I picked up the wrong one. I was like, why? Because I always like squeeze it out in a paper towel off to the side first. And I went to squeeze it out and I was like, why is this so thin? Okay. So I'm going to go in here with our thicker white. And I'm going to put some cute little, like the little ribs on the underside of a mushroom. We're going to put these on here. I'm sure you can probably still even hear her outside, right? My husband let her outside and she's out there hollering. She's such a little brat, y'all. Okay. She's my baby, but she's a brat. She always has to be heard. Okay. So cute, right? You can see this is like little underside. Okay. Thank you. All right, so I think we're going to do, I think I want to do like a cute little, like little heart for the doorknob. I think that would be cute. I know, right? She has a boyfriend next door. There's another little chihuahua, a little male chihuahua next door. And when we went on vacation, she went on walks, 2 walks a day with him every day because our sweet neighbor was watching our pets, and she took him, if she's still on here, she was on here earlier. Hey, Jen. Took them on 2 walks a day, and they walked together. So from what I hear, he had quite the little crush on our Hannah here. Although right now it sounds like she's just out there making noise. Okay, so I put like a little cute little red heart doorknob. What do you guys think? Give me some hearts if you're liking our little mushroom house here. I'm kind of digging it. When I first thought I was going to do this, I was like, oh, maybe I'll do like some designs on our little gnome hat. But I didn't want it to be too busy because I knew our mushroom house was going to have stuff. So there's our little house. Oh, if you guys are wondering, so tomorrow is our main tutorial if you're in the cookie crew, tomorrow night. Our doors are opening back up on Monday. So Monday the 25th, I believe it is our doors are opening back up. So if you've been wondering about it, thinking about it, pondering if you might want to try it, our doors are opening back up for new members on Monday. So keep an eye out for that. We always make an announcement on the page when that happens. And you can find a lot of information about the crew on our website. So if you want to check into that, it's an awesome group of ladies. We have a good time. I think people learn a lot. We have everything from beginner up to like an advanced level. So yeah, if you're interested, you can check that out. It's a lot of fun information. So what are you guys thinking of these? How cute is this? Oh, so I'll show you in comparison to my hand. This one is a little bit larger. It's probably about... Carrie, do you remember what size you make? Because Carrie helps me. She's the one that prints all the cutters off. I believe this was like 4-inch. But you can see, I mean, it's a decent sized cookie. It fills up my palm. To know me is to love me. Ha! I know when I was doing the title for this live tonight, I was like, oh, what do I want to do? And then I was like, Gnome Place Like Home, because that's what it feels like, y'all. Even though I was only gone for one Wednesday live, I felt like I was gone forever. Yay, Susan. I'm so glad that you've learned. It's been awesome. Okay, so Carrie says it is 4 inches on the longest edge. So there you go. At its largest or its longest edge, it's 4 inches. So yeah, I'm loving it. We can even go to, I thought about even going down here. Let me do this. I'm trying to like tie in some of the colors here. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add like a little orange heart on his little shirt down here too. Then all the colors will be tied in, right? Then he'll have that little touch of orange that matches his little house. Cute. I know y'all probably were like, where is she? What is happening? I know it felt like forever. And you know, it's hard on vacation. Like I wanted to go on some lives, but it's so hard because we were so busy. And the time difference, let me just tell you, the time difference kicked our rear ends. I'm still adjusting back. It was tough. It was really tough. But, you know, I'm not going to complain too much. We were in Hawaii. We were on vacation. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, it was, you know, just the time difference. I'm laughing because I've been seeing people that are Cookie Con already talking about like the time difference, like a 2 or 3 hour time difference. They're talking about how hard it is. And I'm like, no kidding. We were like a 5-hour time difference from our time zone to Hawaii. So it was just bananas. We were like ready to fall asleep at 6 p.m. at night. And we were waking up at like 2 a.m. Like no joke. Because that's what time we would get up here, like 7. So it was just, oh, it was crazy. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you like these designs. If you are interested in possibly, if we're going to do the auction, we may be trying to discuss that here soon. Because I'm telling y'all, I wish I could take my webcam off and show you right now. I have at least, if not more than that, I'm just counting off the top of my head and looking at them over here, at least 4 full sheets full of decorated cookies just sitting here from all the way back to like last fall. So we may be doing that too. Oh yeah, and our Easter tags are listed in our shop. So if you guys are looking for tags for your cookies, for if you're doing like pre-orders or Easter sales or pop-up shop, whatever you're doing, we have a bunch of Easter tags listed in our shop on our website. So if you want to check that out, they're downloadable and you can print them on cardstock and use like a 2-hole or a 2-inch punch, or you can do, we have an Avery form listed on there that you can print off for like round sticker paper. So that you can just print them onto like the round 2-inch stickers. So he did. That's so nice. That's so nice. So does anybody have any other questions for me? Yeah, you want the auction? Yeah, I think we'll probably do that. I don't like throwing cookies away, which is obvious from all of them I have on sheets in here. So we'll have to organize that. But yeah, that'll be fun anyway. It's a fun deal. Everybody has fun, and so. All right. Well, I think that's it for now. Thanks for joining me tonight. And I will talk to you all. If you're in the crew, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Other than that, I'll see everybody else back here next Wednesday. All right. You guys have a great night. Bye.